Okay, so you know that at the first fret you have an open G chord, so those three middle strings, 4, 3, 2, are open. All you do is bar them to make it an A chord. So really those two forms are the same. So if you bring it up to where we are for Proud Mary, we were calling this D chord here, the 7th fret, a movable A. But if you start filling in this note and then this note, which is an almost impossible thing to finger, for me anyhow, you can see that it's your movable G form. Okay, you've got your root note on the first and 6 strings, and then you have to bar those 3 notes that are played open at the first string for a G chord. So again, he just hangs on that. Now, finally, the chord progression changes. It goes to an A major, to a B minor, so over the A major chord, all he does is he comes down to the first position A chord, and he plays some notes over that chord that are from the chord. You're on the 3rd and 2nd strings, open and 2nd fret. Couldn't be easier. So again, over an A major chord, he's playing notes out of the A major chord. Okay? Then he goes to a B minor, so he starts going up to notes that are in the B minor scale. And I'm just dragging them up here to show you that you're going to end up there over that B minor. You could play them, you know, on the 2nd and 3rd strings instead of just sliding all the way up the 3rd string. So but that's the basic idea, that he's playing the chord changes. And again, as we probably mentioned in earlier lessons, probably back to lesson number 1, 2 ways of soloing. You can either play the scale of the key for your whole solo. You know, if you're in the key of C major, play the C major pentatonic scale over the whole solo, or you can play the changes. And that's what he's doing here. This is what Fogarty's doing here. Over the D chord, he played out of the D major pentatonic. Over the A chord, he comes down, he plays some chords out of the A major. And over the B minor, he plays some notes out of the B minor. So that's the end of the solo. Very simple. And it comes back to the hanging on the D thing. And I didn't play the chord there. I was, you know, waiting for the little fill to come in, because there's some awesome fills in Proud Mary, and I'm just going to have time, since I've already gone over the 10-minute limit for one video. I'm only going to have time to show you one fill, and it's a really cool one. It's the one that comes in at the end of the solo, and it also reinforces our movable chord shapes and the sliding 6th that we talked about from lesson number 1. So it goes like this. 2nd and 4th strings go up to the 7th fret. That's your D chord, right? He's doing this over a D chord. So you play the D chord, slide down 2, playing 2 notes out of a C chord. And then he switches shapes. We're in the A shape. Now he's switching to the movable C shape from 1st fret. And what is a C shape chord in the 3rd fret? It is a D chord. So he's over, you know, you might play your D7th there. Okay, C, D. So sliding 6, really simple chord shapes. Call them whatever you want. Again, friend of mine, thanks Steve, pointed out that depending on which way you're counting, it's either a sixth or a third. And of course, when you're talking about the C shape, for example, you're playing an E and a C. Well, so you're playing the root and the third in the C major scale. Okay, right? The C major chord is C, E, and G. So you're playing the root and the third. But if you started with E and counted up, C would be the sixth. So again, whatever you want to call it, doesn't matter. They're parts of chords. They sound really cool. Learn them, play them. Okay, then finally, one of the neatest little rhythm licks out of Proud Mary is sort of the turnaround. And it goes like this. So you're going from the C to the A, C, A, C, and then walk all the way down A, G, F, to your root, the key, the D chord. And there's one little lick there before it goes to the D. From the F to the D, it's... And we looked at that in the other Fogarty lesson too. In Looking Out My Back Door, he played that little hammer on the sixth of the major scale. So... again, we're on an F major chord. The sixth is the D note, and again that's your relative minor, because here's your D minor chord, right? So you go from an F major to a D minor. So again, a little theory you can pick up from that. It's a cool little note to hammer on when you're playing a major chord. It's the sixth. Okay, so one more time, that turnaround. Okay, so that's Proud Mary. I am going to let you hear the backing track so you can practice over that. Show a little close-up of this awesome amplifier with the mahogany cabinet, finger jointed by my dad. Quite sweet. It's got a Weber California, ceramic 12, plenty of beef, even to hang with a full band. Okay, so I'm going to let you hear the backing track and look outside of this beautiful, unseasonably warm January day. Okay, thanks for joining me. We'll see you next time.